Hello and welcome to the workbench. Today's project, not really much of a project, but task is to disassemble the Victa Rotomo Model 2 as far, not entirely, but as far as what I think will be the fragile parts, and then it will get packed away in some strong bubble wrap and into a box, and we'll see it again in France. So I've already sprayed down the base with some WD-40. Hopefully that will stop the excess rust. So we got to take the wheels off, because if the box gets a sudden launch, I don't want the wheels to be crushed, as they're only tin wheels. Then it's a matter of removing the hose, the choke, the handles, the fuel tank, the fuel line. That can all go separately, as these handles, they do not fold, so it's quite a challenge to leave it as it is. So that's what we're going to do as well. And then we'll see it again in France. So let's get started. Need some pliers for the split pins, to remove the split pins. Then we need some spanners for all of the bolts and nuts. So this will also be the video for me, so that I know how it all goes back together. Because I don't know when the next chance will be to put it all back together. It might be a few months until it does. So I've got to at least remove this aluminium clip. Now I do have new clips of these, so that's not too much of a problem, because they do get weaker at these joints every time you bend them. But as I said, I've got new ones. These are all a pack of new ones. So they're not original Victa ones, but they are from a classic motorcycle page that I bought them from the UK. So they are still available, and they're pretty much the same. So now we can see if we can remove the choke. So you need a flat tip screwdriver for that. Alright, so I've removed the hose. The choke should just come out. Unfortunately, it has split right over there. But there's the hose. There we go. Now you may be wondering, it's not so good to leave this open for any dust and dirt to get in, so I'll go and get a spare cap and put that on. Now originally it should have a circlip carburetor where the top is held on with a circlip and the mount is in the middle. I do have that carburetor, but that again is quite an expensive rare part, so I just put this style carburetor on because these are pretty cheap. Alright, here's a brand new cover. I've just put the screw in to prevent any dust. And that will do. So these are new old stock that I've got in a box, but they're not worth much, so I've never tried selling them. Alright, now we can remove the fuel line. Fuel line has turned pretty hard, but it did not put up a fight. Now we can remove the wheels so that we can access the bolts behind here in order to remove the handle. Okay, here's the split pin. It's not in too bad of a shape, but we'll probably use new ones in France. Although if a wheel falls off, it's not the end of the world compared to a car part. Alright, so this is what the wheel looks like. This is an original tire, sitting quite loosely. This is a tire off of a Victa 18, the newer plastic style wheels. They do fit on there nice and tight. You can see that they are a bit wider, so they do stick out. Also the groove pattern is different, but they do work as a replacement to the original. Now we can remove the handlebars. So I need to, the axle should come out freely. There we go. So the axle has worn a bit over here where it spins on the mounts, over here as well. But in principle, trying to find a solid metal rod of this diameter shouldn't really be too difficult, and then drilling some holes. So that's that. The front axles hubs are not too badly worn. And now we can remove the handles, so we got to remove this bolt and then this one. And then this one, hopefully just put it down. So let's see. The size is 7/16 on this bolt, but who knows if it's been changed at some point in its life. So this little bar sits on the inside of the handle, and the hole lines up with this hole. Now we can just push that forward. Let's put this bolt washer nut back in this hole in order to keep that together. You can see that it is quite a bit worn out and elongated. But I've already found a machinery shop in France, so who knows, the restoration might still happen. Oh, that looks like a 1/2 inch. Nine sixteenths then. Looks to be 1732. I don't have in spanner form, so can remove the fuel tank now as well. The fuel tank is held in place with rubber on this side and rubber on that side that holds, and the tension keeps it into place. Fuel line, I think we can throw it away, seeing as the fuel line is turned to plastic. It doesn't leak yet, but it wasn't sealing all too well. Okay, throttle cable removed. Got the clip. I'll put the clip where the throttle cable was, or the throttle control. That way it's easy to remember where to mount the throttle control. I do think that the choke clamp will be a bit in the way with the packaging, and it'll probably rip the packaging, so that's got to come off. Being as some of the screws are quite a bit rusty, I've turned it inwards, see if that works. If not, we can always take it off later. Okay, it should work fine like this. It'll protect the muffler. That was tight. Okay, the Victa 18 Rotomo Model 2 is now ready to be packaged. First have to just clean a bit further, clean the wheels a bit better, soak everything in WD-40, and then pack it in the bubble wrap and put it in the box. So I put some paper into the carburetor, so hopefully prevent any major dust ingress, and the rest it should be fine. Alright, thanks for watching this Victa 18 Rotomo disassembly.